Hi, Dr. Dan Lensink here. We frequently have seminars in our office to go over the topic of QuickLift, what it's all about, how we do the procedure, what kind of results we get, and so on. But it's not always convenient for people to be at one of those seminars, so this quick video is going to summarize exactly the things that we tell people at those seminars. So here goes. The mini facelift technique we use has been given the brand name QuickLift. You can find more information about us at our Facebook page, Daniel B. Lensink, MD, Oculofacial Plastic Surgery. I have frankly been amazed at how we have been able to help people and change their lives through the QuickLift procedure. And here's an example. Dear Dr. Dan, you have changed my life in my aging years, and I didn't deserve having my face fall down so bad in the last 4 years after being a beauty for so long. I feel so good about myself. Thank you and your wonderful staff. They truly have helped me along the way so much, so incredibly supportive, especially Robin, but all of them, Carmen, Sandy, and the other two whose names I forgot, are all great. You've formed a great team and forged a model for this age. Namely, it's not all about cranking it out for the money, it's about connection and caring. You have built a wonderful and supportive environment in your office. So refreshing that someone can do that in the assembly line nowadays of various minor surgeries and procedures us aging baby boomers are now experiencing. Thanks again. Part of figuring out if you want me to do your surgery is, quite honestly, figuring out if I'm kind of a crazy guy or am I kind of normal. So I thought I could try and convince you I'm sort of normal by showing you a picture of my family here at a New York Yankee game. It's my wife Maureen, my son Garrett, and my daughter Marielle. In the fall of 2015, we became empty nesters as we took our daughter off to college. This to me is a very poignant photo at Point Loma Nazarene University, where my wife was giving my daughter the very last hug before we left her at college, where she is incidentally doing very well. I have felt for years like there's a spectrum of aesthetic treatments available for the face. At one end of the spectrum are cosmeceuticals and pills. In our case, we offer Skin Medica. There are various laser procedures, chemodenervation, commonly known as Botox, and then dermal fillers. We shy away from these for the most part, although we do some silicone injections into the lip using the brand name Silicon to fill the vertical wrinkles. At the very other end of the spectrum is the traditional deep plane facelift that, from what I've discovered, most people want nothing to do with for a variety of reasons. Anyway, that leaves a big, huge expanse in the middle, filled by what, from my perspective, have been some less than ideal procedures. We choose to fill that gap with the QuickLift mini facelift. Or, for someone who doesn't quite want the entire QuickLift, we've created our own smaller version of this very same procedure called the Uplift mini facelift. Just a note of reference here that in March of 2015, the Lifestyle Lift company went bankrupt according to this Wall Street Journal article. Moving on, I am probably best known for the eyelid surgery that I do. I've done tens of thousands of eyelid operations. We also do laser resurfacing. In addition to the eyelid surgery I performed on this patient as an example. And we do some sculpting of the fat underneath the chin, as noted here in my staff member Robin. And here's an example of the vertical lip line reduction that we do using Silicon brand of silicone micro beads. But given all those things, we still end up, and I'm including myself in this, looking in the mirror, pulling our face back a little bit, thinking to ourselves, what can be done? So we're going to talk about the QuickLift. I've personally been very skeptical of the mini facelift industry in general. Nevertheless, I felt like there had to be something legitimate that could fill the gap between the minimally invasive things and the very invasive full-on deep plane full facelift. So I decided to do some research a couple years ago, looking for a procedure that was, number one, natural appearing in the result, number two, that it was long-lasting, and it needed to be affordable and less invasive than a traditional deep plane facelift. So after quite a bit of research, I went to Pittsburgh and trained with a gentleman named Dominic Brandy who pioneered the QuickLift procedure, which he has also brand named. And here's an example of a few of the patients that I have done and the results we've achieved. The QuickLift is a lower face and neck lift. It doesn't do anything to the forehead or the upper face. It's a lower face and neck lift. It tightens the jowls, it cleans up the jawline, and it tightens the neck. Here's another example, this time of Sandy, one of my staff members. She works at my front desk. She's the person you will see when you first walk in, and she's also the one who's most likely to answer the phone if you call. You can see that we've significantly tightened her jowls and her neck. Her jawline is much smoother. We call her Sweet Sandy because Sandy just loves to talk ad nauseum with people about the procedures that we do. She'll be a great help for you if you decide to look into this more by calling us. And this is Robin in my office. We call her Rockin' Robin because she sort of just rocks the place and keeps us all going. You can see again how it tightens up the lower neck, or excuse me, the lower face, the jawline, and the neck. Laughingly, I did this gentleman a while back, and he texted me several days later. I got carded today. I thought she was kidding at first. She said they have to card anyone under 30. So this happens to be my wonderful wife. She felt like her cheeks and her jowls were just starting to drop a little bit, felt like there was really nothing going on with her neck, and said, I don't need a whole quick lift, but can you do something for me? And so we sort of designed our own procedure here, wherein we did the part of the quick lift just in front of the ear, tightening up the cheeks, without doing anything behind the ear, which ultimately tightens up the neckline. This is a picture of her 20 days after surgery, before and after. You'll notice that her jawline is tightened up and her cheeks are tighter. She has less jowls. The way we go about doing this procedure is to give our patients antibiotic medications, pain medications, and relaxing medications. We have you take some of them the evening before surgery, and we instruct you to take some of them an hour before your procedure itself. When you come in, we numb up the area in front of the ear, under the ear, and behind the ear once we've assured ourselves that you're adequately relaxed. And then we are able to make kind of a nifty incision that we hide just behind the hairline along here. We go over the top of the ear anatomy, down into the area right in front of the earlobe, then behind the ear in the crease, and back into the hairline. That allows us access to the tissues above the cheekbone here. We anchor sutures to those tissues, and then we suture down into the neck, and then we tighten those sutures back up north, effectively bringing the sagging tissues north as opposed to east and west, so it doesn't offer a windswept look after the procedure itself is done. Once we've completed this procedure that takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes for us, we then put you in a compression dressing with quite a bit of gauze inside there to put additional pressure in front of, behind, and below the ear. We'll have you keep this on for 24 hours. The day after, we'll have you come into the office, we'll remove this and replace it with another one and ask you to wear that for the second 24 hours. Because the procedure is significant enough to give us a lasting and significant result, you're going to be functioning at about 30% of your normal capacity in that first week, perhaps 60% of your normal capacity in that second week, and about 90% of your normal capacity in the third week. So you should expect about 2 weeks of healing time before you're going to want to get back to a relatively normal lifestyle. We're often asked how much the procedure costs. We did some research in October of 2015 and noted through the Real Self website that the average price is $8,125. But we felt like if we charged that kind of money for a mini facelift in our little corner of far northern California, we wouldn't be doing many procedures. So we offer this procedure for a substantially lower fee of $5,400. We offer the Uplift Mini Lift for $3,700. But we had a post-op launch kit consisting of these products: 20 units of Botox, TNS Essential Serum, Skin Medica's Ultimate Daily Moisturizer and Sunscreen. By the way, the TNS is a Skin Medica product, as well as a Skin Medica Vitalize Pill. All of this is worth about $750. Our reason for offering this free with the procedures is that most of our patients come to us after surgery saying, what should I do now to take good care of my skin? And this is the answer to that question. At this point in our seminar, we do open it up for questions. Feel free to call my office to get your questions answered. So that's what the QuickLift is all about. That's essentially what you'd hear from us if you came to one of our seminars. If you'd like more information, please feel free to call our office at 530-229-7700. You can also look up our website at lensinkmd.com or find us on Facebook at Daniel B. Lensink, MD. Please do contact our office. I've done this procedure on several of our staff members. All of them are quite knowledgeable and would love to talk to you about it and answer your questions. You can also call and make an appointment with me. Thanks for watching this.